Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
IEP is this count that you just did.
And are we on?
We live, baby.
And we live, baby.
We live. How you doing, Miss Marci?
I'm good. You know, I gotta do my little Christmas jangle.
Come on, do it.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
Sing that shit.
You
can like sing a little bit and shit like
You ain't know?
She's
She's a songstress. This is why I never go to karaoke with her. She's a professional.
Like Eskimos.
In the cult choir at Renaissance.
She can hold a note and shit.
No, she can hold the note. She can find the harmony.
A turkey and some mistletoe.
Mwah.
We'll get you all the hoes.
Are these the words? These are not the words.
That's not how it
These are
goes.
not the words.
I don't know if that's how it goes.
I don't want all the hoes for Christmas. I'm tired.
Merry Christmas.
All right now.
Next week.
Yes.
Hey, everybody.
We was up here talking about the choir and she traveled and everything like a professional.
It was almost my major in college. Almost. But I decided,
So not only
no.
does she look like Jill Scott and shit,
Is
she
it
can
the
she can sing and shit.
way?
No, now she's on the singing.
Hey, David. Thank
You
y'all
know
for
I
tuning
love
in.
I love calling y'all a cult. Y'all was just a tight knit group of people that
We're
really,
maniacs.
I'm about to say that really
That's what Dave said, not the co-choir.
yeah.
And he was in it.
He was in it too. He
Oh.
was in the cult. He was
Yeah.
drinking that Kool-Aid.
We forced them in.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody who's here, can y'all definitely please share it for me? Even though I'm finally out of Facebook jail.
But for how long?
All right. Now there is a little bet going around on
I've already lost. I said
Cash
3
in on
days.
that.
Facebook. There's a bet going around to see how long I'm going to be out of Facebook
We
jail.
might need to redo it. But did you post anything today? So you
No.
you cheating?
I slept all day.
You taking breaks?
Yeah, that's what my strategy is. I'm going to take a break, and so I won't get a chance to necessarily go to jail. Because what happens is I get to comment and then comment and comment, and I can go up there. And next thing you know, I'm telling somebody, go off yourself. I can't keep doing that. You know what I mean?
And you know what?
So-
David did have the most faith in you. When we were talking about it, David was like, I think she gonna make it to the New Year. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't even know about that one.
I thought it was very ambitious.
I was like,
very ambitious.
He really has faith in me.
But we appreciate it. We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you,
And
yes.
we hope so. Hey, Hannibal.
Yes, hey Hannibal, scary, right?
Hello, Clarice. He probably get that a lot. Probably hates it. I'm sorry. Don't block me.
Yes, y'all, please share this. First of all, I hope everybody out there is doing well. Alita, Mark, great to see you. It's been what, about 2 weeks?
About 2 weeks. Good to see y'all.
How was your weekend, Alita?
Listen, I can't comprehend this last week of school. I
that
don't know why
right?
we're doing it. The kids are tired. The teachers are tired. Everybody's tired. I don't know why we're here. So I'm just grasping at the end of the week.
Shout out to our educators.
Fuck these kids, dog. I mean, yes, I believe the children are the future.
Teach them well and let them.
See? Notes. She just fixed my notes. Like, I hop in with just whatever's on my heart. She be like, no, right here.
Come in with the mop, clean the shit on.
Yep, yes.
Anything y'all sing, I got your background. So, what Mark? What about your weekend? How was it?
Oh shit, a pretty normal weekend. I mean, for the most part, I'm getting some. What is the dude on behind the curtain on the Wizard of Oz? I'm getting some top secret things together. That I'm planning to unveil in the next year. Some more
Okay.
going
I
on.
like Top Secret.
Okay, I like secrets. I want to know all the secrets. And I never want to tell mine. That is crazy.
They say if you want to start the new year off great, you got to start before it starts. So that's a good.
I'm going to
that's a
try to
good
go to the
sign.
gym on the 31st then.
Brandy's in the building.
Fun
Fun fact.
What's that?
Brandy hit me the other day and told me, I remember who Alita is now.
I'm offended.
Exactly.
I'm immediately offended. She was the only senior that was nice to me when we was playing, when I was a freshman, playing on the basketball team. She was the only one that actually like used words to communicate with me and tried to help me in basketball.
Same here.
I remember. I thought we was best friends,
You know
and
what she
now
said?
I know
She
we
said,
not.
"Fuck them
Yeah,
kids."
she was like, I was just trying to train up a child in a way that the child should go. Yes, Fruit Loop. That,
She was like,
that's me.
"Is that Holloway?"
Yeah,
I said,
yeah,
"Yes, Brandy. I've been
yeah.
trying to tell you."
Yeah.
So-
I thought we were besties, and I'm glad you remember me now.
And she was like kind of our idol.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, she taught me the up and under.
For real?
Just straight up.
She taught you?
I don't know if she taught me or if I saw hers and was like, oh, I gotta do that.
For real. She
She
held out. She held down the paint.
In the
She held down
oh
the
my
paint.
God.
I used to want to be her.
Nasty in the paint.
Who?
No.
Who?
Man,
Who?
shout out B Ross, man.
Shout out B Ross.
Man.
That box out was crazy.
Oh my. Listen,
Well, you couldn't
that
stop
wide
her.
base, I couldn't do nothing with it. I'm like, oh my God.
Cause she got ass.
Oh,
Ass and
that
legs.
ass.
Okay.
Bow.
Wow. Okay.
Listen.
All right. We done with you, Brandy. We gonna have you in the house like damn. So anyway, speaking of sports, damn, the Lions are 7-7.
Oh my God. Check them out. Like they started shitty. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish.
It's about how you
And
finish.
we're finishing strong. Do you think they're going to the playoffs, y'all? I don't know shit about that. I don't know how it work. I just know.
It's scared to bet your money and even your emotions on the Lions.
Yeah,
man.
it's
Like,
dangerous.
it feels funny that we are where we are with them right now. It feels awkward to
The fact that people are saying the word playoffs in
Yeah.
our name in the same
And
sentence.
it's not even
kinda
a
like,
joke. Like it's not like
I thought it was a joke.
hell no. It's like maybe could it?
Possible.
I'm happy for them, but like you said, it's very hard to be faithful. It's like
see, you know what? As strong as they are right now as a team, it's like, yo, they could do it. I mean, I got faith in them. But I don't want to put the money down because it's like, damn it, I don't want to jinx us. You don't want to jinx us. But let's go, Lions.
y'all be careful on them parlays,
I'm gonna wear the
people.
jacket.
I know them parlays be whooping y'all ass.
I
Be
feel good
careful
enough.
putting them Lions in
I
there.
gotta feel good enough to wear the logo.
Oh yeah,
again.
definitely.
good
I got a
enough to-
Lions t-shirt. I be
don't know
wearing
if
it
I'm-
on Mondays.
I don't know if I'm a bet.
I be like,
Shit.
yeah.
So why do y'all think they've gotten better? Like, what you think is actually going on here? Somebody said something about the
I was like the
defense.
coaching, man, you know, and yeah, the defense.
They did say my man's had like a fiery spirit to coach. Like he was really when they was on like Hard Knocks or whatever, they said, you know, he really had people buying into the program. And initially when we was losing, people was like, we just gotta wait for the dots to connect. Like it's gonna come together because they really believed in what my man's was saying. I didn't watch Hard Knocks, so I don't know. But I think if that's the case, then the pieces have finally come together, and good for them. Good for them. But I want that white boy to stop.
He keep doing the blade.
Because now the other whites are doing it, and I don't know if y'all seen what Alex Washington posted
He
today.
gonna say Macho say good job. I ain't on the fan bus. I'm not gonna speak against them.
You know, some Lions fans, they're like, if you weren't around the whole time, you're not a real fan.
I'm not.
Heads up, I live in Detroit. I can bounce in and out whenever I
Yeah,
want to.
we can pop in.
Yeah,
we don't
it is
have
what
to.
it is.
We don't have to be in for the long haul. It's the
Nigga,
Lions.
I probably got more Lions jackets than you, nigga. I
It's
ain't
dangerous to be in for the long haul. It's dangerous for your sanity and mental health.
And who is Macho?
No, that's
Mache.
Macho from the Excuse My Truth podcast.
Okay, hey Macho, what's up,
Yeah.
brother? Podcast brother. Thank you for tuning in.
I thought we said box out was crazy. He talking about that
He
box
talking about
crazy.
somebody's box. Yeah, we're gonna ignore that.
Yeah,
Macho.
we'll skip right over
Talking
that
about
one.
Brandy's box. We're not talking about her box. We're talking about her box out.
Yeah, basketball, you know.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
we'll see you next time, baby.
yeah. Anyway, my weekend was kind of interesting, but
What
last
you
week,
do? You said last week was more interesting?
my whole week, you know, it kind of like runs together.
It eventually
kinda blurry.
It blurs together.
But some highlights were,
Mm-hmm.
I was at North and Babyface Ray was there,
Really?
and nobody gave a fuck
Oh.
At the where?
at a bar.
At North Bar and Grill? I've never been there. I've never been there. I'm gonna go one day.
North Bar and Grill. So actually, Malik Hairston, former 04, he's part owner there. But me and Ely go there sometimes. And Babyface Ray came in, and I was just like, the people I was with was like, oh, that's Babyface Ray. Anyway, well, like I was saying, and I'm just like, you know what? People made a comment about Detroit not giving a fuck about celebrities.
Because we are all the celebrities.
Mark, has it always been like that?
As far as what?
That we
Detroit doesn't
don't-
get starstruck.
I can't say that, man. Because what? Like, what you talking about as far as Detroit celebrities or what?
That is a
in
Detroit celebrity,
general.
but he's kind of like national now too.
But yeah, ain't nobody like that's. But he's from Detroit though. Let
Yeah.
Jeezy come to town. He come to every time. People get starstruck about celebrities that are
I'm
from.
I'm gonna see
Yeah.
Jeezy. I'm gonna go see Jeezy most times. But if he walk into the bar I'm in, I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, y'all, Jeezy in this bar. I'm gonna just be like, damn, I
Yeah.
hang out where Jeezy hang out. I'm gonna try to send him a drink, and that's it.
The fact that we were having Jeezy weekends and he wasn't even in the city at one
Man,
point, it was
listen.
definitely like a homecoming.
Jeezy shaped a lot of my music, childhood or adolescence.
Same here. Shout out
Yeah.
to you. Is he coming here like in January or something?
Is he? Let me know, cause I'll be
Something-
there.
February, something like that. He's coming.
Yeah, Hannibal, we the stars. Like, I mean, it's Detroit.
Yeah.
We the stars. We the
everybody's celebrity in
celebrities.
Detroit.
I mean,
we have
is
a
we
hell
not?
of a
But like I said,
ego.
it's people that the city appears to jump for and shit. Like I said, Jeezy and a couple other people like that.
Just a few, because even comedians say that Detroit is a rough crowd. Dave Chappelle said Detroit is a rough crowd.
I have seen Dave here. He's pretty funny.
Yeah.
What's going on in the world, Marci?
What's going on in the world? Well, for one, Kanika wanted me to tell everybody that eggs are $5.
Oh my God. Are we
Yeah.
selling pussy for groceries? What the fuck going on here? Jesus.
Almost.
Eggs. Oh, wait, she's talking about the Sam's Club double count eggs, or she's talking about the dozen eggs?
I don't know how many eggs that Kanika uses in her omelets. I just know that she's going to be using less now.
That's crazy.
Whether she was using 3, she's going to have to use 1.5. It's going to have to be a thin coated omelet.
That's crazy. $5 for eggs.
Inflation's
Man,
off the hook.
I don't.
But as
When
far
is
as,
it gonna deflate?
I don't know.
You can research that for
Yeah,
next
after
episode.
it inflates, it never goes back down. You never
Come
see
on
shit
now.
go-
Don't say that, Mark.
I'm just saying.
So,
Shit in the Bible, they say fucking prostitution is the cost of the loaf of bread. Look at us now.
the bread is creeping up now. So other than that, it may be time to mask up again.
Listen, it's no maybe about it. I definitely have my mask on at work today.
For real.
Because something is going around. It feel like 2019 all over again, where people sick. We don't know what it is, but except we added a new layer now. The new layer is, but it ain't COVID.
Yeah.
It's not the COVID that they testing you for. It's a different it's something,
The
and
new
it's
one
going.
that they just made up yesterday and shit. That's the new variation they just cooked up. in
It's
the lab.
just a few different things. Well,
Well-
I actually did a little research. So
Okay, what you got, Marci?
Dr. Jacqueline Metz from Henry Ford Medical, she's letting us know what the most common reasons that people are coming into the hospital for in recent.
The hospitals is at capacity. What they coming in for?
So
Congestion.
specifically in Wayne County, we got RSV still going on in children and adults.
Yeah.
And adults. So people thought it
Pray
was just
for
a
the
kids.
babies.
Right. People thought it was just a kids thing, but it's also an adults thing.
Are they testing the adults for that? Like, is that standard when you come in? I'm gonna test you for flu, COVID, RSV.
I not see that. I just know that she said
That's what it need to be.
it's still high, but it's going down.
Okay.
And many children, kids are getting the flu. The kids are getting the flu.
That's because they passing the flu. These little niggas is germ pockets. I see it every day.
And the most funniest one she said was alcohol-related falls and injuries.
That might be me.
Yeah,
that might be me in a couple days.
Might be why I go in there.
I'm finna have a couple days off. I'm finna turn up. Oh, sorry. sorry.
And
Sorry.
gastrointestinal issues because we're eating like a motherfucker. It's the holiday.
Listen, I need the place that I like to get my holiday food from. I need them to call me back so I can place my order for Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure you send me a plate.
I'm not cooking. Please, I had so much left from Thanksgiving. I was very disappointed in myself. My ancestors were disappointed because nothing made it to the freezer. You know, they say, oh, if you got too much leftovers, put in the freezer on time. Oh shit. And
They definitely disappointed.
it never made it to the freezer before
I'm
the
disappointed.
time. That's okay. I'm gonna text you and a couple other people this next time, and y'all come on, get y'all plates, and then if it's anything left, I'll definitely be freezing it next time. I'm sorry to the ancestors. Please forgive me.
Thank you very much.
I like you too, Macho, except for when you talking about box.
Also, they're saying anxiety, depression related issues due to the holiday stress is also very common in the hospitals right now.
I miss my dogs. This is gonna be my
Yeah.
first Christmas without a couple people, and
I'm sorry.
shit's painful. And it's crazy because I am of the belief that death is a part of life. Like, it's not like, oh my God, why would you do this? It's a part of life. But still, when you're used to something and then everything changes, it's like, goddamn. So, shout out to depression and anxiety. We're getting through in the best ways that we can. And
Yes,
shout out to
y'all.
my therapist.
Shout out. Yes, y'all. So if you do feel like low during the holiday, not only is it the weather, a lot of us lost a lot of people during this whole COVID thing, and then things are just changing in general. And eggs are $5, so everybody's gonna have a lot of stress right now. Don't feel, you know.
You're not alone. Reach out to somebody. Reach out to me. Shit. We just seen what happened with DJ Twitch. I think it was so unexpected. And I'm telling you, I used to rush home to see Ellen on the television before I realized that she was not a good person. But he was a great part of that. He always brought good energy. When she was going through that whole Ellen is a bad person thing, he stepped right in as a host, and he was very entertaining and engaging. His dancing was amazing.
The more videos I see, the more I'm impressed. I mean, I've seen him on
Man.
Ellen, but I didn't know how influential he was in the dance world.
That man was dancing his ass off, praying for his family, and you really never know what people are going through. And just reach out if you're feeling like shit getting wild.
Absolutely reach out. I had a question for y'all in the audience, and Alita and Mark, because we were speaking about illnesses and about, you see a lot of people posting online saying that, oh, if your kid's sick, keep them home.
Yes.
If your kid's sick, keep them away from school and stuff.
Yes.
But I honestly believe that if people, shout out to our educators.
Fuck them kids. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, my bad.
Fuck their illnesses.
Yeah. Mhm.
So,
Watch Macho. Watch Macho. That's his saying too.
oh, okay, I got that in common. So, do y'all think it's more of a systematic issue to where, well, first of all, not everybody can afford to take off work.
Exactly.
And not everybody can afford to pay a babysitter.
100%.
So when we talk about the issue of kids being in school sick, I think the blame goes way beyond the parents.
Definitely. You're right. It's not always easy to take off work. You got multiple kids sick at different times. You only get allotted so many days, which is already fucked up.
And then your job could be in jeopardy. Even
Yeah. It's really horrible because in the end, everybody lose. The kids continue to lose. The parents continue
other
to
people
lose.
get sick.
Yeah, the teachers and the kids are getting sick. It's horrible. But
Why would
if
you want to send your kids to school sick?
but that's what we saying.
Nobody wants to, though.
wants to. But if my kid gets sick and my job already been up my ass because my 12-year-old's sick now, but my 7-year-old was sick last week, and I already took the days off to take care of my 7-year-old. I don't have extra days to be caring for the 12-year-old, and now I'm in a dilemma. Do I risk my job? Or do I send this motherfucker to school with a little sniffle and a box of tissue? I literally saw a kid walk into the building today with a box of tissue. If you need to bring a box of tissue today, I want you to stay at home. But also, again, I can understand what situation the parent might be in. That's why it's important to get your village strong people, because then we got to send them to like grandma, auntie, godmama, somebody, because all that do is just pass it around the school. And then
the whole school sick.
And now we're virtual again, and I hate it. We not virtual, but I feel like that's coming.
So definitely prayers up to all the
Please.
grade schools and all the kids that are shaking hands and sharing lockers.
Oh my goodness,
and
they
all
have
that.
such intricate handshakes. We played a game today, and the kids was like, and the fingers was. And they knew everything to do, and I was like, how y'all not smacking each other, like
Wiping each other
okay?
like the nose.
I'm like, and then the kids be touching each other's hands all the time, and they be waterfalling all the time too. I don't care what you tell
What is waterfalling?
Let me take your drink and pour your drink in my mouth, real close to my mouth.
Let it graze the saliva on the brim of the cup.
Yeah, they be like, let me get a waterfall. And I be like, I don't think we should do that, guys. COVID's still real. And they be looking at me like I don't know nothing. So I just be like, yep, you right. You got it.
Speaking of water.
We
can talk
my
about,
God.
We can talk about our main topic today.
But is anybody really surprised? Okay, say it.
course
Say
not.
it, Marci.
Let me
say
just say it. Rick Snyder was his charges were dropped for his charge of, what was it?
Poisoning the humans.
2 misdemeanor counts of willful neglect of duty for allowing Flint's water crisis to go on or even happen.
And the thing is, once you hear those charges, a misdemeanor, you know,
Misdemeanors.
you
shit
know
the game.
that it's not we knew this was coming. I think it's just more of the outrage that it actually happened more than a no they didn't.
So the state Supreme Court says that the charges were not brought properly, so they had to be dismissed. They were only, it was a one person jury that brought them. I don't know, this sounds shady altogether, but
Like nigga, you go to school for law, you got one job, do it right, and you not
one
in
person jury.
you
that's
not
what it said.
you
That's what it said.
So the judge.
you
It said-
not even in the so.
But even if
You
it-
saying they filed the paperwork wrong or brought the charges improperly?
The charges were not properly brought, and they have to be dismissed.
I don't even try new lessons without running it past the motherfucker. You mean to tell me you compiled these charges and you didn't run it past nobody in your office that said, "Hey, wait a minute, we got to make this stick. You got to do it like this." It's some shit in the pot, but that's how white privilege work, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. And I want to brief some people up and give them a little summary about exactly how this even came about. So, in 2018, Snyder admitted that that Nestle rightfully was only paying $200 a year to extract 250 gallons, 250 gallons of water per minute, because they followed the protocol to do so.
Can y'all tell me what y'all water bill costs and so we can have a real discussion?
Let's talk about it, because how is Nestle paying $200 a year to extract groundwater, and some people paying that a month,
You know why?
every few months?
Because his wife is part owner of it.
There we go. I'm trying to figure out, I'm looking up shit like, what's Rick Snyder's affiliation with Nestle? And you know what? She paid a lot of money to keep that on the low. So he said a lot of people believe that's bad business, but it's not bad business.
She's a large shareholder in Nestle. I would say like that.
There we go.
I feel like
he
we've
said it's
talked
not-
about this before to figure out like
How we
why
get to the bottom of it.
why people move the way they move is because they connected in ways in the back door that we don't even know about. So yeah, I'm gonna cut this deal for my people, and that's that shit.
Cause you sound like you sound too hard, like you don't give a fuck, sir.
And my thing is, do we dismantle that system or do we fit into that system? Do we find our back door to say, listen, we got to do this the right way and the clean way and the way that it benefits our people, or do we say fuck this shit altogether, tear it down?
So the way, okay, so there was a doctrine in place. The doctrine in place only protected lakes and streams. It did not protect groundwater. So people are allowed to extract groundwater with that permit. So
Loopholes.
they are trying to do a new bill. Okay.
I really struggle with that. Whether we should get in there or whether we should shut the whole thing down. Because the system works for them. Like, we understand that, right? Do we get in there with them? Oh my God.
And
Go
they
ahead,
can extract
Marci.
the groundwater and sell it as long as it's bottled. It's really crazy. It makes me, I want to go deeper.
You
Like,
said this is
So
Nestle?
basically, you asking us, should we be Malcolm or Martin? We back at that point. That's what
If we really just breaking it down like that, I guess that's what I'm saying. But I'm of the belief that it depends on the situation, and sometimes we need Malcolm, and sometimes we need Martin. And I don't think it's like you got to pick a side. I think it just depends on the situation.
And in 2019, the state approved them to go from 250 gallons to 400 gallons per minute. 81,000 people were against this. They asked the state to not renew it. The state approved it in 2019 because they said they had to by law, because the doctoring allowed it. Since then, there have been like a bunch of groups that are trying to like change that law. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to change that law. So we got Sean McBrayer with the Clean Water Action Organization.
Mm-hmm.
He explained it well. He said, the problem with the whole water bottling system is that we're simply taking that public resource, turning it into a commodity. Thus, we wind up in a place where water is only available to people who can afford it.
Water not something everybody, like a basic human. Like, remember that pyramid of the human needs? Water not at the bottom? Like a basic human need.
I'm sure it's in there. So, Rep Rabbi. So he said this is what they're trying to do. Well, he's saying right now the Great Lakes Compact, which is probably the doctrine, protects the Great Lakes from water withdrawal, so it's that a state like Arizona can't come up and hook up a pipe and from to Lake Michigan and then just start pumping. But as long as the water is bottled in small containers, there is no prohibition on the amount of water that can be taken out of the Great Lakes. So they're trying to draft new bills now that would target these companies that bottle water and expand the public trust doctrine, which is going to say the state holds resources and trust for the people, like you're saying. Basically, we get first motherfucking dibs over these people who are trying to bottle and sell it. It must protect those resources.
Wasn't there a pipe issue about like the cleanliness of the pipes? Like they should have been replaced or something like that.
So Flint's pipes were fucked up. Mm-hmm. And
I'm willing to bet it's a lot of pipes fucked up that we don't really know about. Yeah, I am talking about the hierarchy of needs. They talking about who can afford water. I'm talking about you need water to survive.
And they wonder why Flint was so fucked up. People are like, oh, Flint trying to be like Detroit in violence. No, their brains are actually jacked up.
Chemical imbalance.
So anyway, 2 years after Nestle won that permit to get more water, they actually sold it. This is, I think, shit got in the game, and they was like, okay, we don't want that. We don't want that business. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, so they were like,
why they do that?
They
Who
sold
they sell
it
to?
They sold it to Blue Triton. And later that year, Blue Triton decided, oh, we not even gonna fuck with the permit. So it makes me wonder, is Nestle going completely? Or, I mean, if they sold it and Blue Triton doesn't want to use that permit, why all of a sudden y'all want to back out? And so I have been looking at, like, I used to have a habit of looking at water bottles and seeing where the source was. Mm-hmm. Because when I lived in Maryland, people used to try to, hey, I'll Flint water. I'm not going to Detroit. Drink your water. So I'm like.
Outsiders. They always talking that wild shit.
And I'd be like, check that water bottle you looking at right now. Mm-hmm. What lake did that shit come from? And a lot of the times it came from somewhere in Michigan. So it's not even just that company that's doing that shit. All y'all niggas paying $200 to bottle water in Michigan and sell it. Come on now.
I'm curious to know if, so these contracts are still in place?
Right now, you're still allowed to get a permit for $200 to bottle water and sell it out of Michigan.
Big Gretch, tighten up.
So they're trying to, and as of January.
Tighten up, Big Gretch, or we gonna snatch them buffs.
Tighten up. As of January this
up the
year,
permits to $200 million and see if they still want that shit.
Okay, because I'm sure Michigan can use the money.
I mean, I could get a permit. Let's start a bottled water company. 7 Mile Radio bottled water.
And how about
I got 200 on it.
We treating the Great Lakes like it's the nation's. No, this is our shit.
Okay.
It's actually a commodity that we have.
How big are the lakes? No, never mind. I did not do good in geometry or science. Don't worry about it. No, wait, geography. Ooh, I'm talking about geometry. I didn't do good in that either.
The shape of the lake, perhaps? No.
Listen.
No. So, as of January this year, Flint water has been compliant 6 years in a row.
That's good.
As far as lead potency.
Oh, okay.
But here's why.
But it's a certain amount of lead they allow for, don't they?
Right. But also, listen. The change is attributed to the increase in non-residential sites being added to the city's sampling pool for that number.
So the rich motherfuckers is buying up the commercial properties and skewing the data.
Skewing the data.
Or
not only that, so many people has left, right? That the only houses there's not as many houses to count.
And
that's what they're saying.
The corporations are coming in and buying the shit and skewing the data.
Many residential sites have had their lead service lines replaced and no longer meet the criteria for inclusion in the 90th percentile, which is what the sampling pool showed. So I clicked on what the criteria was for them to qualify.
What's the criteria, Marci?
Page not found.
Oh,
it's gone. It's gone.
Of course it is.
It's gone.
I smell a cover up, and which is why we should lock his ass up. But he wasn't gonna go to jail off misdemeanors, was he? Misdemeanors are the ones where you just gotta like pay the fines, check in with somebody. I don't know nothing about the legal system.
He got a lot of pull.
Fucked.
He got a lot of pull. I'll tell you that much.
White privilege.
Yeah, beige privilege.
White man.
Pink privilege. So y'all need to lock him up. Yeah, I can actually send him to Russia. I'm fine with that. Welcome home, Brittany. Woo!
Oh, BG is back.
BG BG is back in the States. And,
BG is back.
Some
Welcome.
people are not that happy about it.
Hey, niggas is embarrassing. Man, I've been seeing the wildest statements.
I was gonna ask you, what have you seen in reaction to?
I've been seeing the most ignorant shit I can see. Okay, so first of all, let me just start with this.
Hold on, wait, pause. I need everybody in the comments to share this link. Go ahead.
I don't know who the fuck they traded for Britney because I don't know shit about international shit. However, so many people was just ignoring the fact that a human came back to humane conditions. And I mean, being black in America, I mean, are we really talking about humane conditions? But it was just like, yo, y'all realize that this person was being treated inhumanely, and we can just be grateful that they're back.
Over
and
traces of hash oil.
Oh my God. Half of y'all got more weed than that in your carpet right now. Right now. We can vacuum your whole apartment, your whole living room, your whole smoke room, your whole den, and we gonna find more traces than that right now. And you can't have a little compassion about this woman coming home to her family. If I was her, I would never hoop again. Them niggas ain't paying her enough for that.
I was gonna ask y'all, do y'all think she's about to go back to hooping again?
I don't know.
I doubt
I
it.
wouldn't. I
Because,
wouldn't.
I
Is she
mean,
deconditioned, do you think?
She had been over there since February, bro. That's
And she went over there
how's
because
her
of the amount of
mental
money.
state doing?
She went over there because of the amount of money that she get paid. Like
Man, they do not respect women athletes over here.
In 1 month, I believe she get paid the amount of the whole year's salary that she get over here at the
So
WNBA.
y'all think she gonna try another country, or she just like
I don't think she wants to go on a plane anymore.
Yeah,
for a while.
you know what? She gonna be taking a lot of road trips. That's man.
So we got a lot of people saying that the trade off for who she was traded for, and we talked about this last show. I was like, damn, that's a fucked up dude they were trading her for. But
fuck it, I don't know that
we
nigga.
we came to the conclusion like, you know what, get this girl home. And at the end of the day, the U.S. owes this to black women. Okay,
Man.
shit.
Like,
So-
bro, I don't know who this man is. Oh, but you know what? The whites were up in arms. They was like, what about my military? Is some military
Let's talk
or
about
army
this
guy over
naker.
there?
Let's talk about this naker.
Talk
Okay.
about him.
Paul Whelan. Folks think that he's some kind of hero or some kind of military hero.
They mad. They like, why would you bring back this nigga
Well,
and
let
not
me-
bring back our nigga?
Let me tell you, this nigga is.
I think he's from Novi, isn't he?
He's from Novi, and he was locked up in Russia because he was accused of spying. First of all, he wasn't in the military when that happened.
Espionage?
And let me tell you, he was dishonorably discharged from the military. Hello, y'all. He didn't give a fuck about y'all. Let me tell y'all what he did.
Wait, I'm so big on conspiracy theories, so I got a question. Was he dishonorably discharged before he was spying or after? Because it was
Before.
like,
He was dishonorably discharged because he was using motherfucking social security cards and writing bad checks.
regular scammer.
He's
Yeah,
a scammer.
I'm gonna say he from Detroit adjacent. So
And-
yeah, he
and
one
these,
of us.
And these are
One
records from
of
the.
us.
These are one of us. These are records from the Pentagon. So
Oh,
these are not
man.
Russian records. These are records from the Pentagon. So these are things that he did over here. His charges were related
Don't
to.
bring him back. He might steal my shit.
Okay. His charges were related to larceny.
Lock him up.
Yeah. And
Mark over here cracking up.
the guy who got released, Boot, the guy who the prisoner who was here, the merchant of war, something like that. His attorney said, first of all, y'all mad, but this was a 1-for-1 thing. It wasn't a 1-for-2 thing. Prisoner swaps happen just 1-for-1. There was a lady who they actually think that Paul Whelan was taken for. There was a lady over here named Mary from Russia, and she was locked up, but she ended up being deported. So y'all deported her before y'all got y'all trade.
So they got they too.
Y'all bad.
They just don't. They ungrateful. They ungrateful.
Yeah, like, well, no, Whelan was from Russia.
Oh.
She was locked up over here. They deported her back to Russia
okay.
without releasing Paul Whelan. I don't know if they released somebody else, but they didn't choose Paul Whelan. So
Listen, the lottery is crazy, and sometimes your number get picked, and sometimes it don't. Keep trying, keep playing.
sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
You win some, you lose some.
Oh, Whelan.
How long you been thinking about that
Just
one?
now.
Just came up with that. I can tell by the way it rolled off.
Oh well.
Marci, man, with the quick wit, I swear.
Like,
Oh my God.
people think we had a choice.
Wellen.
No, Russia told us you have this choice and this is your only choice.
This who we want. This who we better get.
Okay.
And if you don't send it, you ain't getting shit.
And they took
And the whole world was like, "Ayo, get your girl back." And
Yeah.
so Biden had to do what he had to do. The other day, I heard a conversation where people was talking about Biden running again, and I'm like, this nigga
is he gonna make it?
don't remember what's going on now, and we want to
I
go
don't even
for
remember
more.
what state he in.
Man, he's not well. You
This nigga
listen,
in Michigan, so
listen.
like, yes,
How old is he? He's like-
Honolulu, how you doing?
He's 81. Do you know how many things we don't allow for 81? Think about everybody right now. Think about your 80-year-old loved one. Think about the shit they incapable of. We got a nigga running the country that's 81. That should not be happening.
And I ain't heard from his ass in a minute.
Because he in the fucking bed. He's laying down. He's resting.
his flip phone.
He ain't got no phone. He got a newspaper and an ink pen. And he underlining and annotating. What the fuck? He ain't got no
You
phone.
know what, that right there should show you a lot about the country and
Man.
who's like what's really going on. Like,
80-something years
who's
old.
really running the country? We can have an 81-year-old man.
That's
we
what I was
know-
gonna say.
That we know is not active in the majority part of the day enough to
Somebody white.
manage any business, let alone the fucking country.
Man.
So you know somebody else is.
Somebody else.
Somebody.
Like, so if
Is
that-
it Olivia Pope?
If that, no, but what I'm gonna say, if it's true, if that's true for this president, then how many other was them true? What really is the president?
Which president was that where the story came out where they was explicitly like, "Ayo, I ran this fucking country." Like he didn't do nothing. It was like a wife or something that was like, "Yeah, he was at the end of some shit. Y'all had no idea what he was going through." I'm gonna research that for next time.
We're gonna check that out.
Cause that happens more often than a little bit.
Shit,
Speaking of
probably
that-
Obama, probably shit.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Speaking of, it's like, damn, Trump, you really trying to run? This is what Dr. Umar said on the Breakfast Club. He said that, well, you got 4 voter bases when it comes to Grindr. You got black, you got LGBTQ, you got women, and you have celebrity.
Okay.
And so he said that they released her because they gearing up for the upcoming election to win against Trump. I'm gonna say this: I don't think the nation cares enough about Brittany Griner for it to sway their voting. I don't think so. I don't think the situation
what
weighs
happened
enough.
today with Trump? Didn't they say they was about to try to like bring charges on him for the January 6th shit?
They keep saying that, but they haven't done it yet.
No. Okay, keep talking. I'm about to look this up right now.
I believe he'll get back in office before they bring charges.
Please.
He has a better chance of being president.
And it's
again.
so crazy because I want to say ain't no way, but that's what I said the first time, and
That's why
the
I can't-
second time, I ain't no way.
What you mean the second time? He only won once.
He ain't win twice.
No, he won once.
Okay, he won once, and then we wasn't going.
It feels like twice.
It felt like forever. It felt like forever, a lifetime.
I think they slowed down time or some
They
shit.
did.
Them 4
It's
years
a
was-
social construct. They made
So
us
many-
feel like it was forever and ever.
I think it's because so many events happen.
Yeah,
So
it
many
was
things
So
happen.
many things
much
kept going
shit.
on.
Every fucking day you wake up to a
No,
new tweet
no,
from this nigga.
From the day he got in office.
It was like
It was a circus.
and
the
you know
country.
what? The 60 and 70-year-olds was tuned into the TV, and that's how you know they should not be
But
running
there
the
I
country.
say Trump wasn't all bad. It was just I don't even want to have that conversation. But he is.
Marci,
He
let's
can
not
send
do
some
this
more
today.
checks. He can send some more checks.
Oh, my
At this
God.
point, you can't make.
Hate y'all niggas.
At this point, you can't make sense out of nonsense. The country's fucked up. He's
Yeah,
fucked up. He
yeah.
matches the country. The one thing he did that really was really fucked up to me is that he really gave these blatantly racist, ignorant, toothless, redneck motherfuckers the nerve to open their mouths in settings and about stuff that they don't really. They need to shut up
he
and stay in their
definitely
trailer house.
And they
Ignited
was
them
so
motherfuckers.
loud and proud and ignorant.
Nothing wrong with trailers. Excuse me. I wasn't trying to. My family stays in trailers too. They got real nice trailers out here.
They be having some nice. I be.
I
following
actually
that
wouldn't
on
mind one
TikTok.
myself.
I'd be like, okay, if it wasn't for things like
Tornadoes.
natural disasters, what I'm gonna say, I would be all over that.
Yeah, and gunshots. So it's like, I would like to think that he didn't have a chance. in this upcoming election. But
However,
it's crazy enough. You got motherfuckers like Kanye backing him up. We don't know if Kanye gonna flip back over for the money or something, or for the fame, and try to be on
I don't wanna participate.
to be on Donald Trump's wheels again. By the way, how is Kanye doing?
I don't know, but Donald Trump got criminally referred to the Department of Justice.
That sounds very light.
Yeah, it sounds like a misdemeanor for pipes.
We're gonna refer you to the people that call people bad. What? What?
Going back to your previous question, I hope that Kanye is doing all right, but I'm getting sick of his shit. I'm getting sick. Okay. And I was conflicted today. I'm riding over here to 7 Mile Studio. Thank you very much for having me. And
thanks for being here.
Thank you. And Jesus Walks comes on the shuffle on my phone, and I'm like, wow, this was an amazing song. But at the end of the song, I was like, was I supposed to listen to that? I don't know. I can't call it.
He's the crazy cousin. What else can we do?
We gotta love him still.
Question. Somebody else made a point. Do you think that the release of Brittany Griner has an effect, or should have an effect, on the 30,000 people who are locked up in the U.S. for simple marijuana charges?
I thought we were freeing everybody that was in jail for marijuana.
I'll become a lawyer just to do it,
because weed is fair. There's some other things that I don't know about. I don't have experience with, and I can't speak on it. But weed, oh my God. If you think that motherfuckers don't need a little joint or blunt at the end of the day, you're ridiculous.
Well, you know why they say that people are locked up for it, because they hadn't quite found a way to
let them out
profit
now.
from it. Yeah,
let them out now.
And just simply let them out.
Just
fuck all the paperwork.
We don't need no probation, no parole, no check-ins, no drops, no nothing. Just let them out.
What do you think Brittany's first move is about to be? Do you think? Well, I haven't seen any interviews or anything. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, where are the interviews?
Well, first we gotta let her mentally recuperate.
She said she just want to talk. She was so tired of hearing all that fucking Russian.
Yeah, she probably want to talk to her family.
Yeah,
like, you know, that she's probably decompressing with the people that's closest to her.
Yeah,
I'm sure that her family has been there, probably her closest friends by now, etc., etc. We on the back burner, and honestly, I don't even want to hear from her. Keep living, girl. Do your thing. And that shit was crazy that you went through. If you want to talk to us, cool. But otherwise, just do your thing and make sure that shit never happens again, because that's crazy.
I wonder if they made her cut her hair off, or she was like, fuck it.
What happened
I heard that her dreads was freezing. Like,
the conditions were so fucking cold that her dreads was freezing, so she cut them off because they kept, like, turning into icicles. You gotta think, like, she locked up in fucking Siberia. Right,
yeah.
like
it's super cold.
You ain't in Michigan, okay?
They
Alaska,
don't have those
all
big
right, but
hats
Siberia, you know, that's like, and it's like the conditions out there. We was talking about that on the, I think it was the Hidden Hand podcast, to where it's like, yeah, try to escape if you want to, you'll die. Like, you're gonna escape out there in that frigid temperature with no coat, with no protection. Yeah, you're gonna freeze to death.
Yeah, so I did hear that it was because of the weather.
Yeah.
Like, she said anytime she tried to wash her hair, it would just freeze up.
Oh, I definitely wouldn't have been washing my shit over there.
Okay, it would have just had to mat up.
Yeah. It would have been a spit retwist.
Shout out to my retwister. I can't really get into specifics, but they be getting me together.
You look good.
Thank you.
But yeah, definitely glad Brittany is home.
Definitely glad she's home.
And we're gonna talk about
I called it too. I said it's got to be a private deal. I said it can't be public. And all of a sudden we was minding our business. She was just home, like on the way. It wasn't like, well, we talking about this or we planning that. Joe, you did a good thing. So here's what I need you to do next, Joe.
We did it, Joe.
Cancel the motherfucking student loans, all of them. Not 10,000, not 20 for the Pell. Cancel them all, and that's what I need next on the list. Thank you for bringing Brittany Griner home.
Cause I already canceled them.
They canceled them. They canceled in my heart.
They canceled.
They can. Okay, they're canceled.
I forgave you. Forgive me.
Forgiven.
The fuck?
Forgiven. Oh, Do it, Joe.
Do it, Joe. You can do it. We can do it again. And last but not least, we're gonna talk about my favorite.
Who's that?
Real hot girl shit.
Oh. I am embarrassed at the way these black men is caping for this little nigga like this.
A Canadian leprechaun. A leprechaun from Canada.
I'm ashamed.
What are you talking about?
Everybody.
Let's
Go
start
ahead.
from the tippy top.
Start from the top.
So, first of all, people are even saying, for people to even go as far as saying that she never even got shot. Nigga, the neighbors called because they heard the shots. Boom. We're gonna clear that out the way. Let's clear it out the way.
Here's my thing. I'm all for changing the narrative when you have more information.
Me
But
too.
I'm also for waiting on all the information before you be loud and stupid. And so for them to she ain't even get shot. Shut the fuck up.
Where'd you read that at?
Shut the fuck up.
Instagram. So, and another thing, y'all acting like Megan called the police. No. First of all, let's talk about this. These are all, remember when we were 24, 23, 22, 24? Remember that?
I was stupid.
I was stupid.
Making dumb
I was
decisions.
drunk. Well,
wearing
a little
Charlotte
bit.
Rouge dresses to the club with no coat on.
Okay. Partying at Kylie's house.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
do y'all really think that any of them want any of each other to go to jail?
No.
Absolutely not. That black people don't fuck with the police. So we're turning this into some kind of something else, like what it is. It's unfortunate for everybody in the situation.
Niggas hate black women, which is crazy.
We
Cause
know
what
that.
about your mamas? Like, wasn't y'all raised by black?
They already hated Megan to begin with, so let's just put the ice cream on the cake.
It's so crazy,
I said y'all fuck with OJ more than this, and there's way more evidence that he did this shit.
man.
This motherfucker got a bullet hole or graze whatever on her foot, and y'all like, no.
She didn't even get shot.
It was a wine glass.
The doctor come testify. Oh, well, it was the girl. Okay, well, everybody said it wasn't the girl. So now what? What? Huh?
So I haven't been keeping up with I haven't really seen like the court shit. But
I've been keeping up.
I do know that Kelsey went in there and played the fifth. Fuck you.
And do you know what her pleading the fifth led to?
What?
So she went in there pleading the fifth, talking about I don't recall, I don't remember, and so
Which, that's another thing. No, they were all drunk. All of them might not remember a lot of shit.
okay.
Go ahead.
But
you saw the video of that girl bleeding.
I don't believe that they don't recall. I believe it's some shit in the pot. I believe that it was a little maybe bribery or something. I don't know, but. She went in there talking about I don't remember, I don't recall, and that opened the door for the district attorney to be like, well, remember when you told me on this interview when I interviewed you? And so they was playing little snippets of the interview, and then she continued to do that, and so they was able to play her entire interview from I think September when shit was a little fresher, and where she was like, oh yeah, he shot her, and he was shooting over the door like bat, and he said that he was gonna give me money, and he dragged me out the car. So
that's what Brian said. Brian just said somebody getting paid.
Yeah, so whatever we was gonna say about I don't remember, you could have just went in there and be like, nah. I mean, I guess maybe she didn't want to perjure herself, but by her doing this the plead the fifth or I don't recall, it opened a 80-minute interview that the jury was not gonna be privy to before she pulled that, and now they hearing all this other type of stuff that she recalled with no issue back then. So they was able to play that. So the jury is now able to take all of that into account. So I think she
fucked herself.
She
you're saying.
fucked herself. But and then that came into the question of this bribery type stuff. Did somebody pay you to not say nothing? Are you scared to not say nothing? And to me, I'm no expert on nothing. I don't run shit but my mouth. But I think he might have just been like, look, if you just keep me out of this shit, here go a little money, boom, boom, boom. And I think that's what she's standing on. It just backfired.
And apparently she's married to the man who was the CEO of the record company that Megan has the
1501.
Yeah, apparently that's her husband. This is just really messy. It's really, really, really messy. And people want to bring up, oh, they was both fucking Tory. Outside
Does that
of court,
matter?
Outside of court, I don't see how that would matter. Even in court, it doesn't matter. But
It
as far
don't matter.
as somebody's character and swaying a jury, somebody could say some shady shit like that. But what's getting me is, especially black men talking about she fucked this, fuck that person.
Man,
First
none
of all,
that matters. None of it.
None of it matters. A woman that age, rich or not, you know about how many sexual partners she had. Let's say you know about 10. That's not shit. And all of a sudden, everybody got all these morals and all these standards. Oh, she has no self-respect. Party's embarrassed. Fuck party. Party, you got a tattoo that say feminist, right? He has a tattoo that says feminist.
Really that, or is he that when it's convenient?
It's when it's convenient, right? Until somebody says that your girl fucked somebody. First of all,
he better not fold.
Partisan.
He better not fold. You know, niggas be folding.
I'm an Aquarius. Meg's an Aquarius. I'm gonna say this, partisan. You're just around for the fun time anyway. You're gonna get the fuck on anyway. You're a muse.
Dang.
So, I had a few points here. I think we kind of covered it. That was my question. Why the fuck?
I don't know why.
It took me a minute.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about Master P and Romeo?
Oh, them niggas are beefing publicly, and
Oh,
I believe everything.
You didn't see
I
it.
believe everything Romeo's saying.
What he say?
So Romeo is saying that despite the fact that I'm like maybe the face of these brand deals, Rap Snacks, maybe to be specific, I ain't seen not $1. And Master P is like, you an entitled little spoiled brat. I don't owe you shit. And Romeo is like, I mean, you don't, but don't be out here.
I'm an adult.
He like, don't be out here acting like you a family man that's putting people on when that's not the case. None of us are making any money. Like Romeo said, we live in check to check. Like I seen that with my own eyes on Instagram. And I'm like, damn. Like,
You know what's funny to me about that?
That's crazy.
The funny thing to me about that is Romeo is apparently worth $5 million.
Is he?
Yeah, from what the internet, when you search his net worth and all of that. I don't know if he blew it yesterday, right? But the thing about it is, the discrepancy originally derived from his father, Pastor P, making a post about, I believe it was the DJ Twitch dude who passed away.
Mental health.
The mental health situation, basically kind of just showing his, giving his condolences to him. But then Romeo came out and said, well, if my sister passed away, you know what I mean, and you didn't do the, it was no kind of compassion for that situation. And in fact, while she was going through her situation and crying out, you was nowhere there to help that situation. You know what I mean? So I don't know how true or not that part is, but that's where the whole discrepancy came from. And then I guess when P came back and made his statement, then Romeo came back and
I seen some on the Shade Room talking about Master P's apology, and it was, one of them with the slides, like a video on each slide. I got through three slides.
Go on his page. That's on Miss Master P's Instagram.
I got
page.
through three slides before I was like, I don't hear no apology. I hear blame. I hear.
Let me find out he a whole narcissist.
That's how they be.
Narcissist dad, and then the
I
public views them as a perfect.
Heard, and that's what Romeo keeps saying. It's not about how you treat me. I don't care. It's about the image that you're trying to portray. It's just not aligning with our experience.
And that's pure that's classic narcissism. And Romeo has always been a humble, seems like a good-hearted person. He never really displayed
outside
anything.
of the not love and hip hop. What's that? Growing up hip hop. He don't even be in no drama, and I feel like the drama he be in is like to keep that show
manufactured.
Talking. That's why I believe him. Cause Master P had an apology video with some cereal in it, trying to brand it again, and I'm just like, bro, you hear what your son is saying? He hurting, and you talking about fuck all that.
And how many children does he have?
A lot. Not as many as Nick Cannon, but a lot.
A lot.
Maybe like 4 or 5 of them, I think.
Okay.
Possibly.
It's just unfortunate that they're doing this in public, But I guess
Bow Wow
sometimes
beefing with his play daddy too.
Who is play daddy? Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah.
About what? That is so definitely fucked up.
I thought you were gonna push the button, Mark. Thank you. Jermaine Dupri had an interview and said, I created 106 in Park for Bow Wow. I saw exactly. You see your face, right? Jermaine
Dupri
Dupri.
said he created
He
106
said, I created 106 in Park for Bow Wow. He said, I saw what they was doing with the white pop stars on TRL on MTV, and I called BET and said, this is what we got to do. And Bow Wow said, nigga, please. And then the man that was the CEO of BET before the lady, Deborah, before her, that guy was like, listen, bruh, I'm not saying that Bow Wow is not an integral part of what we did over here at BET 106 in Park, but you created it is a stretch.
I believe that's a stretch.
Yeah, it sounds very stretchy. Like, just say, I thought that it would be a great idea for Bow Wow to do this. Don't say, I created this, I called them and told them to do it. Don't do that.
Was Bow Wow a host? No, it was
Bow
Free
Wow,
and AJ, right?
Bow Wow was a host. So after Free and AJ, they went through a couple of like celebrity spots that was like on for a week, like the thing with Ellen. Like she went through her shit and people would just sign on and chime in. Bow Wow was able to chime in. It was not created for Bow Wow, and I think that it's okay for Jermaine Dupri to take this L. I think it's okay for Master P to take this L, and let these little niggas prevail.
Yeah, because it is shown, and it's not a coincidence that they had a swift decline.
Yeah,
after a certain age, they're clearly getting exploited. So, other than that, y'all, I think that's a good time.
Merry Christmas, niggas.
Yeah, I really thank
you
all y'all
filthy animals.
Okay, watch up. Thank y'all for tuning in. And like and share this video. And we will see y'all again.
Are we getting in before the new year?
We should. I gotta work next Monday, but I think I'm gonna take that off. We're gonna see.
Make that money, honey.
I am broke, but
hey, we'll talk offline.
Yeah, I gotta do another day maybe. We'll see. So y'all have a great week. Keep your head up.
Fuck them kids, dog.
And wrap it up.
Don't send your sick kids to school.
Peace.
Warning. You are now tuned in to 7 Mile